20-year anniversary pay-per-view event. Welcome to the countdown to SLAMMIVERSARY.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the Digital Media Championship. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challenger from Bayside, New York, the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers.
Thank you for joining us on a milestone night in the history of Impact Wrestling, live in our home city of Nashville, in the Asylum, the Nashville Fairgrounds. But before we go any further, Mr. RoYle, we got to clear something up. You see the Digital Media title belt around the waist of Brian Myers. He is not actually the Digital Media champion.
I mean, semantics be whatever. They say, is it possession 9/10 of the law?
Sure. But that's not the case. It was Rich Swann who is the actual champion, and it's Brian Myers and Matt Cardona who stole the belt from the rightful champion.
His opponent from Baltimore, Maryland, he is the Impact Wrestling Digital Media Champion, Rich Swann.
So let me back up here. Rich Swann officially won the title from Matt Cardona a few weeks ago in May at a Wrestling Revolver event because Cardona refused to come here to the Impact Zone to defend the title against Swann. After Swann beat Cardona for the Impact Digital Media title, Cardona literally stole the belt and then ran off. Now, many people know on social media Matt Cardona has a torn bicep. He is out of action as they relinquish multiple titles. So that is why Brian Myers is here competing in his stead.
And that's what makes Brian Myers truly the epitome of the most professional wrestler, standing in for his best friend, his broski, if you will. The man right here. That's right,
You're
possession.
not, but you're not.
But here, you know what? At the end of the day, what really is on the line here is whoever walks out of this match, the victor is the Digital Media World Champion. So we could have this argument all day long, but this match is happening right now, and the winner is the champ.
There's a couple holes in that. We'll shelf that for now.
I'll put a couple holes in you.
Okay, Brian Myers playing the role of Turk Wendell here in relief of Matt Cardona.
I'll pretend to know what that means as this match gets underway.
Stick to esports, RoYle. I'll cover real sports. So here we go, a first-time ever one-on-one matchup. Swann versus Myers, and for the first time ever, the Impact Digital Media title is being defended here at SLAMMIVERSARY.
And you know, Rich Swann can get all hot and bothered about it. But you know what? After winning that championship, he should have been paying attention, just like he should have been paying attention when I threw him over the top rope in that gauntlet for the Gold Battle Royal. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, he better step up.
Do you have a vested interest in the comings and goings of Matt Cardona? Because you use Cardona's entrance music to get one up on Swann during the gauntlet for the gold.
I mean, if you ask me, the entire world has a vested interest in Matt Cardona carrying gold from all over the world.
Uh-oh, Swann making Myers think about it. Myers ducked.
Oh, and by the way, on behalf of Tom, Matt, we wish you a speedy recovery. I know he was definitely going to say that. Oh, beautiful draping, pulling the throat of Rich Swann across the ropes there. Brian Myers goes to work now.
Spine first into the apron goes Swann. Myers saying that one's for you, Matt.
I'm going to pretend that means me too.
Meets Cardona. Oh, stomp right to the chest. Title can only change hands via pinfall or submission against Swann is the rightful champion. What a night this is going to be as we celebrate 20 years of Impact Wrestling. To win the championship, here's a cover and a kick out. And still to come here on the countdown to SLAMMIVERSARY, Mr. RoYle, it is the reverse battle royal.
One of the most, this is, I guess, the most appropriate term for infamous matchups in the history of Impact Wrestling. Get to see it reborn here. Should be a good time, right? Just like right now, it is not a good time for Rich Swann.
Swann trying to get back up to his feet, former Impact World Champion. Myers, able to take Swann off his feet.
So smooth. Like butter is Brian Myers. And what a friend, what a compatriot if you could win officially in your precious record book, officially win this Digital Media Championship back for Matt Cardona.
night altogether for the major players, even though Cardona not here. His wife, Chelsea Green, is a part of the first ever Queen of the Mountain match for the Knockouts World Championship, as we've talked about for a number of weeks now, harkening back to the history of Impact Wrestling, once the King of the Mountain match and now the Knockouts, their first opportunity.
Acknowledging the past, but forging a brave new future as we make history tonight at SLAMMIVERSARY, as Rich Swann now fighting desperately to get that digital media championship.
Myers, the bigger, stronger competitor. That doesn't matter to Rich Swann, has battled against that his entire life. Trying to keep Myers at bay. Oh, Myers in midair.
Take nothing away from Rich Swann. He can get you from just about anywhere. Watch out for those kicks, Brian. They will catch you upside the face.
And look at Swann go. Right now, Myers is in trouble.
A little bit of rhythm in that shake, rattle, and roll into the cover.
Retain kick out by Myers.
It's going to take a little bit more than that to put down the most professional wrestler. Oh, no, Brian, watch out. I know what this feels like.
Thinking about the Phoenix Splash, maybe no. Gotta be careful of those trusses at the corners of the ring. Ultimate X set up for later on tonight. Here's the cover and a kick out. And Myers nearly won the digital media title.
Myers is furious. He wanted to put this one away, put it away from Matt Cardona.
Thinking about the roster. Oh, it's a spear.
Beautiful.
To win the title. Swann able to kick out.
And Brian Myers comes within seconds, milliseconds even, of bringing that Digital Media World Championship back home to the major players. And right now, take another look here as the spear on Rich Swann, nearly turning it inside out.
Back to live action here now. Rich Swann, neck breaker, center of the ring. Oh, kick right to the face. Great kick back there by Swann to retain the title. Kick out.
Now Rich Swann can't believe it. He's got to be wondering what he's got to do to finally get his grasp back around that championship.
One of 6 championship matches to take place here this evening inside the Asylum. A little over 20 minutes now until the SLAMMIVERSARY event begins streaming live on pay-per-view and Fight TV. And what a DDT there by Myers.
Gotta be.
Kick out by Swann. I guess my question is, how was it not?
I can't believe it. Brian Myers can't believe it. Somewhere, Matt Cardona cannot believe it. Now you see in the back of your screen Myers. As we take one more look here at this huge elevated DDT planting Rich Swann, but it was only a 2 count.
One more time. Think about the spear, think about the roster cut. Who knows? Now it's Swann. Oh, the kick right to the head. Lining up Myers here. Oh, cutter! And now the digital media champion has got his challenger right where he wants him.
Looking to go high here.
Boom! Got all of it. 450. And that'll do it. Swann retains.
Here is your winner, and still Impact Wrestling Digital Media Champion, Rich Swann.
And now Rich Swann can finally get his championship back.
Gotta give it to Swann. He showed up, he earned that championship. Good for him, although what a performance on relatively short notice from Brian Myers stepping in for his friend, Matt Cardona.
Take a look here at the conclusion of this matchup. It was the 450 off the top there on Myers that took out the most professional wrestler. Watch this. Boom! Picture perfect there by Rich Swann. And you can see on the left side of your screen, live action there. It is Rich Swann who has finally regained possession of his rightful championship. Are you good with this now?
Again, winners are winners. Rich won tonight. I can't take anything away from Rich Swann tonight. It is a party in Nashville for your digital media world champion.
As I mentioned, 5 more championship matches to come once the SLAMMIVERSARY pay-per-view event begins live on pay-per-view and Fight TV. But welcome to ringside, everyone, along with the Drama King Matthew RoYle. I'm Tom Hannafin. This is going to be a huge night, an extraordinarily special night as we celebrate 20 years of Impact Wrestling here in our home city of Nashville, Tennessee. This is going to be a night where we own all of Impact Wrestling's past.
That's right, and guess what? We're not the only ones you get to hear yak it up tonight. No, please welcome our French commentator team, Handsome JF and Marc Blondin.
Oh, que j'aime ça. Oh, que j'aime ça me faire appeler à la française.
Oui.
Marc Blondin à mes côtés. Handsome JF et on est dans l'avant-show. On s'en va tranquillement, mon Handsome.
Exactement. Le compte à rebours pour SLAMMIVERSARY 2022 est commencé. Allez commander l'événement. Ça va être un événement incroyable.
Thank you, gentlemen. And as we saw hanging above the ring, already set up is Ultimate X, because that will be the first matchup of the SLAMMIVERSARY pay-per-view at the top of the hour. Ultimate X features the X Division title on the line. Ace Austin defends against Kenny King, Alex Zane, Speedball Mike Bailey, Train Miguel, and taking the place of the injured Jack Evans is Andrew Everett.
Also on the line tonight, it's the Knockouts World Tag Team titles. The Influence defend against the team of TAYA, VALKYRIE, and ROSEMARY.
Also, it is Monsters Ball. Moose and Sami Callihan have been locked away with no food, no light, no air for the longest time now, nearly 24 hours. These two are going to be unleashed in Monsters Ball later on tonight.
And it is 10-man tag team action as Honor No More takes on a team of Impact Originals and Frankie Kazarian, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Nick Aldis, and a mystery partner. Scott D'Amore has said that it can be anybody from Impact past or present.
As we mentioned moments ago, it's the first ever Queen of the Mountain match for the Knockouts World title. The champion Tasha Steelz defends against Chelsea Green, Deonna Purrazzo, Jordan Grace, and Mia Yim.
And the Impact World Tag Team Championships are on the line as the BRISCOES defend against the Good Brothers.
And also the Impact World title is on the line in our main event. Josh Alexander, the champion, defends against Eric Young. Can Josh Alexander ensure that he is the future of this company as the Impact World Champion?
It's all I've ever wanted. I keep hearing it over and over again.
Impact Wrestling Champion!
After everything I had to endure to get back where I belong.
The emotional and psychological storm that Josh Alexander has been suffering for months.
I can look my wife and kids in the eye and say,
Finally! Finally! Finally!
that feeling is something that I will always carry with me. Knowing that I am
The new Impact World Champion, Josh Alexander!
being world champion means there's always a target on my back.
In order to determine Josh Alexander's #1 contender, to harken back to the legacy of Impact Wrestling, it is the return of the Gauntlet for the Gold.
I grew up a fan of TNA wrestling, and 2 of the people that inspired me to chase my dream.
It's Young and Sabin. Oh no, Pile Driver! Pile Driver! It's Young versus Alexander at SLAMMIVERSARY.
The sweet perfume of victory is a very familiar taste. The images.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the reverse battle royal coming up.
I've experienced the world much differently than you. And what did I tell you? I told you, this world, it belongs to us. The past is the past. I have moved on. know what my true destiny is.
Eric Young has to look forward to Slammiversary. He's got to be prepared to face Josh Alexander for the Impact World title.
This doesn't have to be as personal as you've made it.
This is just beginning between Young and Alexander.
Eric Young, I'm very familiar with your resume.
One man who helped build this company in Eric Young.
You need to fully understand that I am
The present standard of Impact Wrestling.
Josh, I look at you and I know what makes you tick. You have zero idea what makes me tick.
Eric Young.
Josh Alexander.
This is a first time ever matchup.
I know this is a very important night in our company's history.
Does it look like I give a damn about history?
We all know what I care about.
I care about me.
I owe everything to Impact Wrestling.
And so do you.
I'm going to open your eyes to the truth.
You're lying to yourself and you're lying to them.
Chaos can be beautiful.
June 19th and Slammiversary. Young and Alexander for the Impact World title. And the future of Impact Wrestling hangs in the balance in the main event of Slammiversary still to come. But right now it's time for the reverse battle royal. And look who is certainly taking his time leading the pack. It's Johnny Swinger and Zicky Dice. Look at some of the stars making their way to the ring. Steve Macklin making his way down. I see Chris Bay, Shira, Shogun, Raj Singh, Aiden Prince, Bhupinder Gujar, Crazy Steve, Shark Boy.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your participants. Johnny Swinger, Chris Bay, David Young, Zicky Dice, Shira, Raj Singh, Bhupinder Gujar.
What a crew boat. I don't think we're done yet here, Tom.
Oh my God. What? Could it be?
It is!
Father James Mitchell.
And the final participant, accompanied to the ring by Father James Mitchell, representing the new church, Swann!
I can't believe this.
I can't either. James Mitchell and Slash back in the impact zone, and this is kicking off.
So remember the rules here for the Reverse Battle Royal. 16 competitors start on the floor and battle to enter the ring. To enter, they must go over the top rope. Once 8 wrestlers get into the ring over the top rope, the other wrestlers are eliminated and cleared from ringside. The 8 wrestlers who do get into the ring compete in a traditional Battle Royal. That means you've got to be thrown over the top rope with both feet touching the floor. This goes on until only 2 men remain. The final 2 face off of the winner is decided by pinfall or submission. It appears, however, I don't think Zicky Dice got in correctly.
I think he slid under the bottom rope. He's been informed of how to actually do this. He's got to remember the old, you got to get up to get down sort of rule. You got to go over to get out, to get win.
Or Shogun, Aiden Prince, everybody's battling to try and get into the ring. Was that Mike Jackson?
I believe it is, and I believe Chris Bay has qualified. He is in there.
You're right.
He is ready to go for the more traditional Battle Royal section.
Well, hold on, in front of your screen here, this is David Young on the left and Johnny Swinger. These two were tag team partners once upon a time in the early days of this company. They're both in legally. Steve Macklin, left side of your screen.
He's almost there, and he's in.
Macklin's in, so we have 4 in. 4 more need to legally enter the ring.
I mean, have you ever fought to get into a fight before?
No, I've avoided fights my entire life.
And you can tell, but this is what makes this matchup so unique.
And
it looks like Zicky Dice is going to try again here.
Going to try again. Shogun trying to prevent him from getting in. I think inside the ring, trying to see who got in. I think that's Chase Stevens. Is that Chase Stevens from the Naturals?
Stevens making a return to the asylum here.
Mike Jackson's holding his own there against Shera.
Mike Jackson's tan looks incredible. Matt Cardona, take notes.
Mike Jackson is 72 freaking years old.
He looks younger than me.
Why isn't he trying? What is he doing? He's grabbing a steel chair.
I guess he's hardcore.
And no. Zicky went through the ropes again. Zicky Dice went through the ropes again.
But this time it was over the second rope.
How is it Johnny Swinger got in successfully and Zicky hasn't learned anything?
Hey, he's still a student.
Boy flipped in. Zicky Dice took too long. I believe we have our field of aid, RoYle.
But meanwhile, Mike Jackson, he's walking the rails here with Shera locked up. Look at the balance. He has better balance and more hair than I do at his age. My God.
He's going around the world in the asylum.
He's going to make sure.
Move those belts. Move the belts.
Who did that guy beat anyway? Come on.
This is the oldest old school ever. Mike Jackson, this is unbelievable.
They're coming our way.
Listen, the field inside the ring is equally hypnotized.
Yeah, they're watching this performance as well.
Get out of the way here.
I'm going to scoot in, my God.
I hope Medicare covers this.
What is happening?
I feel bad for Shera, honestly.
Should we help him? Just out of reach.
Mike Jackson's still going here. Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, the entire field of 8 is watching this in amazement just like we are.
Yeah. And Shera might have a dislocated wrist by the time this is over. And he got him!
It's good!
And Mike Jackson still teeing off here on Shera, and I don't believe we've officially reached the field of 8. I'm looking inside now here. I'm seeing 2, 4, 6, 7. So we need one more competitor to get inside the ring.
Still plenty to go.
And now Shera. Shera jumps inside after enduring all of that from Mike Jackson. So we now have our field of 8. So now what has to happen is that these 8 wrestlers have to send each other over the top rope like a traditional battle royal. You're eliminating once both feet touch the floor. There's the bell. So the reverse battle royal is at least part of the way done.
We are, thank God, we are in stage 2, if you will. 2 of 3. In this cavalcade of action. Once we get down to that final 2, it is pinfall or submission. But right now, it's back the way you came in, boys, over that top rope.
Chase Stevens, he was a multi-time heavyweight tag team champion, and Shera just eliminated Chase Stevens.
I was just saying, well, now he's eliminated is what he is. As Mathen looking to tee off on the Indian Lion.
We're down to 7 here in the reverse battle royal. Shera dealing with Steve Macklin, who's been on a hot streak as of late here in this company, ever since late April at Rebellion. And now here's David Young trying to get involved here against Shera.
I mean, in this matchup, given everybody in there, I mean, you have to give Shera the power advantage out of everybody in this one.
I like that you're really trying to analyze the reverse battle royal. Really, it's special. It's really cute.
Hey, somebody's got to do their job around here. Might as well be me.
Chris Bay was tangled up there with Shark Boy.
Jinx, you owe me a beer.
Shark Boy, I think, is the only person involved in this who's actually been in a reverse battle royal.
The psychological advantage. See, I'm still analyzing because I'm that damn good. That goes to Shark Boy potentially here.
Chris Bay goes through the ropes, not over. Very important.
Very important.
Having some fun there at Macklin's expense and gets cut down by Steve Macklin.
He's not having as much fun as I am, no. Or maybe the audience here.
Oh, look at Macklin.
And there we go. That's over the top rope.
Straight up power. Now Bay has gone over the top rope, trying to bring Macklin with him. Macklin over the top with Bay.
And now they're both in jeopardy here, because all it takes is one motion, and they are both eliminated.
Oh, man. Just about 5 minutes now until Slammiversary begins live on pay-per-view and Fight TV. Now look at Bay and Macklin. Oh! Two wailing away on each other. Oh my gosh!
Just unloading. Turning their chest into mincemeat.
Into the turnbuckles, and now it's Bay. Oh! Finesse! Both men are eliminated. We are down to 5. I think after a while, Bay said, hey, screw it. I'm taking out Steve Macklin. Watch this.
Take a look at right here, ultimate finesse.
Meanwhile, back inside, during this reverse battle royal, David Young is still holding his own. This is Bhupinder Gujar's got him up on his shoulders.
And at the end of this, we still have to get a pinfall or submission from Gujar's final.
We're down to Shera, Young, Swinger, and Sharkboy, and Shera's eliminated.
And just like that, we have 3, and remember, 2 of those 3 have a history as teammates, being Swinger and Young.
There's been a lot of good and bad between Young and Swinger, but I digress.
Hey, the past buries a lot of bygones.
Now Sharkboy, cut down by Swinger.
They seem to be working pretty well right now. They're calling for the spine buster, but Sharkboy having none of it.
Sharkboy trying to battle his way out of a 2-on-1 situation here.
It's a feeding frenzy on Sharkboy now.
By David Young, a blast from the past. Oh, wait a minute, Swinger betrayed Young.
Oh, you talk about the sordid history, and now we got to get a pinfall or submission between Swinger and Sharkboy.
What the? Hold on. That does nothing. That does nothing. You have to, hold on, when you get down to the final 2, you have to pin or submit your opponent to win.
Does Zicky Dice's behavior make more sense now?
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. I don't know what happens in Swinger's dungeon, but it's disgusting. So Swinger's now going to get Sharkboy back into the ring and gain a pinfall submission to win the reverse battle.
That's right. You're close, Johnny. You're close.
God bless Johnny Swinger.
Great biceps. But he's got to put the match away.
All brawn, no brains.
Let's do it, Daddy. Get that good sweet pump before you put your opponent away.
Shoulder! Cover! Oh, Shelly, yeah! Sharkboy wins the reverse winner! Sharkboy! Thank God it's over.
What a blast from the past.
Oh my gosh.
As Sharkboy wins the return of the reverse battle royal.
Sharkboy, a man who helped name the Slammiversary event, wins the reverse battle royal. It's extraordinarily fitting. We are going to have so much fun on Slammiversary, celebrating 20 years of Impact Wrestling. As I said, the Ultimate X is already set up above the ring because that's kicking off Slammiversary.
That's right, Ultimate X is on here, and the X Division Championship is on the line as Ace Austin defends against Kenny King, Alex Zane, Mike Bailey, Andrew Everett, and Trey Miguel.
Also, the Knockouts World Tag Team titles will be defended as the champions, The Influence, go up against the team of Rosemary and TAYA VALKYRIE.
And it's Monsters Ball as the wrestling god Moose takes on Sami Callihan.
It's Honor No More against the Impact Originals, Frankie Kazarian, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Nick Aldis, and one more partner to be determined in a 10-man tag.
And the first ever Queen of the Mountain matchup for the Knockouts World title, Tasha Steelz versus Chelsea Green, Deonna Purrazzo, Jordan Grace, and Mia Yim.
Also, the World Tag Team titles are at stake as the Briscoes defend against the Good Brothers.
And the Impact World Championship's on the line as Josh Alexander defends against Violent by Design, Eric Young.
I cannot wait for this. Slammiversary begins live on pay-per-view and Fight TV right now.